This year I'm so excited about planting a dahlia patch in my garden. Last year I grew a sunflower garden in that patch and the birds and bees loved it. I also grew dahlias in a pot last year and I decided that this year that I would grow more varieties. I'll be sharing some planting tips, some varieties that I'll be growing and planting them in the garden space. Make sure you stay till the end where I share an interesting fact about dandelions. Hello garden friends and welcome to my channel, DK's Garden Oasis. I am Debbie, I'm a master gardener and butterfly raising hobbyist. On this channel, gardeners of every skill level will learn to bloom, grow, and conserve in your garden. So I'm going to talk about some basics about dahlias. Dahlias are easy plants to grow and have beautiful blooms from midsummer until fall. There is a huge range of colors and varieties. Your tubers can go in the ground in the spring when your soil has warmed up to about 60 degrees. A guideline would be to plant your dahlias when you would plant your tomatoes. You can also plant them indoors a month before if you want blooms early. Dahlias require good drainage and full to part sun. Now we'll talk about the anatomy of a dahlia. So I have two dahlias here. I'm going to try to focus on these. I'm not sure you can see these. They do have a stamp on them. It's probably very difficult to see, but they stamp all the tubers. This is the body, the neck, and the crown, and the eyes can only be on the crown of the dahlia. And of course, these are the roots. This is another one that I have, and you can already see that it's starting to sprout. There was an eye here on the crown, the neck, the body, and the roots. And again, I don't think you can see there's a stamp, which definitely helps. I'll have to get a stamp for my future tubers because that's an awesome idea. Most dahlias should be staked before you plant the tuber. You would place the tuber about 4 to 6 inches into the ground and about 18 to 24 inches apart. When you're planting the tuber, you want to plant with the eye facing up like a potato has eyes. So this would go in the ground like this. At planting time, mix an initial dose of 5-4-3 along with some additional bone meal to help the plants thrive and bloom abundantly. Once the plant is about a foot tall, you want to pinch back half of the plant so that it has about 3 to 4 leaves left. This encourages the plant to branch out and send out a greater number of flowering stems. I'll show you in future videos how to harvest the blooms and also how to winter storage. In my zone 5B, they will not survive, so I need to dig them up in the late fall after a hard frost. Now I'll talk about the different colors and types of dahlias. The American Dahlia Society lists 15 different shades and color combos. There are also 15 forms and different varieties. I purchased about 35 different varieties of the dahlias, and when they start blooming, I will have a future video showing you each variety that I did plant. I'll leave links for the American Dahlia Society along with some dahlia retailers and some books that I have purchased. There are 2 that I have right now. This is from Floret Farms, Discovering Dahlias. I also have Thompson's Connie's Dahlias that I purchased on Amazon. There are over 57,000 registered cultivars, so it might be quite challenging to pick out some for your garden. The American Dahlia Society classifies dahlias in 3 groups: color, form, and size. The first classification is color, and there are over 15 different shades and color combos. Here are the different forms of dahlias. The anemone is the first one. It's distinguished by at least 1 row of evenly spaced, flat ray petals surrounding a vivid and often contrasting pincushion center made of long tubular florets. They may be bicolored. Blooms are 4 to 6 inches wide and plants grow to a mature height of 3 to 4 feet. The next one is ball and miniature ball. Ball are fully double flowers with slightly flattened globe shape featuring furled, involute, or incurved petals in a gorgeous spiral arrangement. Petal tips can be blunt, flat, or indented. Cactus types are long, pointed ray florets with petal edges that are involute or straight, radiating out from an open center in a somewhat spiky look. The plants top out at about 2 to 3 feet tall with large 6 to 8 inch blooms. Collarette. Collarette flowers have a flat open face with a single outer row of regularly spaced ray florets, an inner collar of shorter petals, and a fringed or tight center disc. 2 to 4 inch flower blooms on stems that grow up to 3 feet tall. Decorative cultivars are double petaled and open centered with flat florets that may have a roll at the edges or tips. Formal decoratives have evenly spaced petals and a symmetrical flower head, while informal decoratives have twisty or wavy petals in a more irregular arrangement, with 10-inch dinner plate flowers in light pink fading to creamy white flowers. Plants grow 3 to 4 feet tall and may require staking. Laciniated types have uniformly arranged florets radiating from a disc or open center with an involute or revolute edges. Minion single is an open face flower with a row of uniform, slightly overlapping ray florets in a flat plane surrounding a center disc that can be tightly furled or unfurled into a pincushion. The delicate 4-inch flowers are stunning when mass planted in beds and borders and are available in a variety of colors. Compact plants top out at about 1 to 2 feet tall. Novelty open or fully open. Novelty flowers have characteristics that fall outside of the other classifications. Novelty open varieties have a disc center. Fully double types have an open center surrounded by double petals. The next one is orchid. Orchid types feature open flowers with a single row of uniform ray florets surrounding a tight disc center. The florets are involute for at least 2/3 of their length, giving a narrow rolled effect. 4-inch wide flowers are light and stand erect atop 3-foot stems. Orchid types are intricate blooms that combine the involute petal characteristics of the orchid dahlia with an inner fringe of short petals surrounding a center disc typical of a collarette form. The petaloids may be flat or slightly curved towards the center of the bloom. Peony types feature an open flower with 2 or more rows of flat or slightly cupped ray florets surrounding a disc center of open anthers on short filaments. Flowers are 5 to 6 inches across on 3 to 4 foot tall sturdy stems. Pom-pom types feature an open-centered, fully double flower in a rounded globe shape with rolled involute florets that are blunt or round-tipped. Flower stalks can be up to 3 feet tall and may require staking. Single is an open-faced flower with a single row of regular overlapping ray florets in a flat plane surrounding a center disc. The petals are flat or slightly cupped with blunt or pointed tips, and the center disc opens to reveal frilly anthers. Stellar types are fully double flowers with long and pointed cupped florets that recurve back towards the stem, giving the appearance of a shooting star. Like the ball types, there is no center disc. Water lily has fully double symmetrical blooms with slightly cupped florets that open from a domed center like to a saucer-shaped face. The third classification is size, and they're classified by letters. I'm excited to see what the patch will look like, so make sure you hit the subscribe and notification bell for those future videos. Now I'll show you my planting bed and planting my dahlias. Okay, I'm going to start planting the dahlias, and what I did is I did 3 across and 11 rows, makes it 33, and then on the outside I'm going to do ball dahlias. So you're supposed to go 4 to 6 inches deep, and the first one I have is a very long tuber. It's called Peaches and Cream, and it already has a little sprout coming up, so that's where the eye is. This is the neck, the body, and it has a couple of roots. So it comes with these little tags, and what I'm going to do, I saw it on Facebook, I'm going to get some paint sticks and I'm going to staple that to it and then put it on the outside. So I'm going to do that, but in the meantime I'm just going to put it under these little little waste baskets for now. So what I'm going to put in some root powder. And then I'm going to put in some biotone. And then I read that you should put in some bone meal for good flowering. So I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to try to get success with these. So I got these on Amazon, these stakes. I believe they're 5 feet. And one I think goes, one of these dahlias is 6 feet. And again, I don't know if you can see, but it says peaches and cream on here. Definitely makes it easier to see. I really like this idea. And these are all from Swan Island that I purchased from. It's I've heard it's a reputable dahlia supplier, and I know there's others, and I might try some next year just to try something else. But depending on how this goes, I may order most of mine, or just keep the ones. If this is a success, I will be able to share some of these, as they will make more tubers in the ground. So I'm going to place it just like that. I'm going to put it like that for now. Grab my basket. One's done. I'm going to just show you the first row, and then I'll show you the progress as I go. The next one I have, it's a little bit smaller. It's called Blue Bayou. And here it is. There it is, started already. Once they get about a foot tall, I'm told that it's really hard to do, since sometimes you can see blooms when it's about 12 inches, that you're supposed to cut off the top leaves so that it has more blooms. So, okay, put in these little stakes. This is the last one. It's Gabriel Marie. And this is the tag. And this is the first row of 3, 11 more rows to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue on, and I will show you when I get down to the last row and what that looks like. So I'll be back in a couple hours. If you enjoyed and found value in this video, please like and share this video. Leave a comment below if you have grown dahlias and any tips that you can give us, or if you would like to try to grow these dahlias this year. In my next video, I will show you different types of gardening: vertical gardening, container gardening, grow bags, and raised bed gardening. In the next month, I will be sharing videos on my free pop-up farmers market, and also how to raise black swallowtails and monarchs, and some garden updates. So come along with me as the garden season really ramps up. Now I'd like to share an interesting fact about dandelions. Happy gardening. Bye-bye.